Hi. This is not a normal stream. It's been about I'd say an hour and a half or so, approximately, since the last stream ended. And between then and now, I've made a bit of an unsettling revelation. As it would happen, I have made an error in calculation as a result of misremembering something. You may recall at the very end of the last stream, I acquired one out of what I was believing to be 1 out of 2 ore, so that I could make the lead cable it required for the ULV hull, so that I could make the hatch, so that I could put it here and finish the dang multi-block steam separator. Unfortunately, after the stream ended, I realized that I misremembered the ratio of ingot to wire provided by a wire mill. At the time, I thought it was 1 ingot to 1 wire. But after the stream shut off and my brain had a little bit of time to sort of recombobulate itself, I realized that no, it is a 1 ingot to 2 wire ratio. Meaning that this 1 bit of lead I'm holding is enough. So, yeah, I decided, in light of that fact, to do a little emergency bonus stream right here. This will not be long or anything, just long enough to actually get this dumb heckin' multi-block operational. I'm still a little rattled because I was streaming for 6 hours. That's kind of unavoidable, but for the time being, we are here. We are back. Let's do this. Okay, so now that we have the correct amount of the stuff, let us actually utilize it to its full advantage. Do I need to worry about, if I were to smelt this directly, getting nuggets? Yes. In that case, I will put it into the forge hammer very quickly. To turn it into dust form, we will then smelt this. I believe we can still smelt it in pure form. I will not worry about that. We are good. Okay. Everything's back on the table. Lead ingot. Put it in the wire mill set to setting 1. We will get 2 cable or 2 wire as a result. Yes. Okay. Next step. To make the ULV hull, we need lead cable. This requires rubber sheet. Rubber sheets require rubber. We don't have enough rubber. We have enough rubber and sulfur to make rubber, though. So let's just make some rubber. Rubber should be in the extractor hopper here. Yes, I don't exactly remember the ratio, but we put it in the alloy smelter. Okay, it was apparently 3-in-1. That's fine. I guess we'll just put the rubber back in there. Sure, why not? This is indeed a hecklark. I'm well aware of that. Okay, that is a rubber bar, as prophesized by the prophets. We now have 4 rubber bars. We will now go back over to the alloy smelter with the plate mold in hand and convert the 4 bar into 2 rubber sheets. Acela wants me to check the DMs. Okay. I'm being asked if I invented a perfume named You never get a second chance to make an arrow-breaking orbital insertion. That is definitely a perfume I would invent if I invented a perfume. Phenomenal. Okay. We have our rubber sheet. We put this back. We take this and this. We now have 2 lead cable. Personal best. Okay. I'll leave the glass in there. The glass is the next step. Materially. But operationally, we still have more to do here. Okay. Prep this. We need the cable. We need the machine casing. I wanted to check the recipe. Okay, it's wrought iron. You know, we have some wrought iron. 8 of it, in fact. Awkwardly, that's not enough. In order to make a full casing, we would need 12. Which means it's time to make more wrought iron. I think 7 is appropriate because 7 will make us 9 ingots, and 9 ingots will give us... Well, sorry, 9 nuggets and 7 ingots. 9 times 7 is 63, which is slightly less than a stack. That's the information I'm trying to convey. You can tell I'm still a little bit broken. How do I nugget? I forgot how to nugget. We figured out how to nugget. Okay. Sanity rapidly depleting. It's fine, though. Put half in there, put half in there. Wrought iron underway. The rest of the wrought iron we can just start turning into plates because that's what we need from it. Oh, the steam is warm. Be advised. Well, that gets us up to a resounding 4 out of several. Okay. It's going to be a while until the wrought iron gets up to a level that makes it capable of doing what we want of it. So we shall simply work on something else. The other big thing we're going to need is the actual hatch. It uses the machine hull, which we were missing the lead, but it needs the tank. The tank is obsidian glass. Obsidian glass is alloy smelted thickened glass, and obsidian dust. We are lucky enough to have obsidian dust, and I made glass already. So, clear glass becomes thickened glass by just putting it in the inventory and recontextualizing what it is. Put some in there. The obsidian in there. That will get us our reinforced glass. Well, our obsidian glass, but functionally it does the same thing. Great. We have the obsidian glass. Now we just need whatever the heck else we need for this. It is 2 iron rings, 4 iron screws. That should be, by my estimate, 6 iron manipulated in various different ways to get various different results. And I can do that. Just need the iron and some hope. Put the steel back in, raw iron. Stay here. Go to the interior. Let's do this. Okay. So, all of these will start by being filed into a stick. 2 of them need to be rings, and that is a hammer file combo. The other is to become screws. That is a saw to turn these into bolts, and then filed back together into screws. There we go. We can now, and I guess I could just do this here. Put the glass there, the rings there, the screws over here. Figure out what the actual tools we need is a wrench and screwdriver. Wrench, screwdriver. That is a tank. Excellent. We got a quest achieved. Just casually, like it wasn't even a big deal. Because it wasn't. We just do these things. We're just a doer of stuff. That should get us 4 ingots. It'll give us a resounding 6 to make 4 more plate out of. That will get us the completed case, not the hull, though. The hull is waiting on the steel plate. No, it's 1 wrought iron, 2 wood plank. We have wood plank. We overproduced wood plank because we were preparing for a future of circuit. The 2 of those, a wrought iron extra, will not be that tough to produce. Just a matter of time at this point. We can do it. Also, I need the wrench. I fuddled with the casings on the top to do the diagonal intro. I kind of need to prepare these surfaces in advance somewhat. Though truthfully, I probably could just pick a different gimmick for my stream openings. And who knows? Eventually, I might make a breakthrough in the new technology, and then I'll, like, break through the metaphorical wall. That'd be cool, I think. Well, there's another 2 ingots we will be getting out of this. Just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. I think this is going to be near perfect, the amount we have to what's necessary. Okay. Ingot, and then this will be the final ingot for the hull. We can now make that probably over here, except... No, I did bring the wrench. We're good. Okay. Make the hull, or the casing. Very good. Now this will be 2 ingots. We do need a 3rd. And that 3rd will come from the last wrought iron we prepared being compressed. While this is happening, I suppose we could prepare the... No, we can't. Everything else has already been prepared. We've got the... somewhere. Put all this somewhere. All the extra rubber, and I'll prepare this. I've already prepared 6 rubber sheets and the rubber ring needed to create the hatch itself here. So take those, prepare that here. I think that was the sound of the compressor being done. It is. Put those into the forge hammer while I'm taking damage from the steam damage. Clear? Okay, we can finally get about to doing this. Put that in there, put that in there. That is the ULV machine hull. I was wondering if there was an achievement for that. Okay, now for the hatch. We have everything. We have it. Wonderful. Now I can finally break this. Put this... Oh, that's interesting. The item... The hatch item is slightly transparent around the border of its opening on the hotbar. Like, you can see it kind of transparencies through to the inventory. So, like, I look at here, it's slightly blue. I hover it over this, it's slightly orange. That's interesting, considering I don't think that the block itself is quasi-transparent. Strange. Is it good? Are we... I don't see incomplete structure. I'm taking a nap. This could be it. Please, please, please. Okay. Do we have this? That did nothing. Okay. We have the sulfur in there. We have full steam. I should press this button, and we should get slightly more than a stack of sulfur in response. In 3, 2, 1... Oh, it's working. It's working. It's doing sulfur. It's sulfurizing. Where's the input? Okay, yeah, 8 impure sulfur. It's turning into 9 sulfur, apparently. It seems like it actually calculates the result ahead of time, or... like, the statistics involved might just go ahead of time. Because if I look at the centrifuge, it's a 1 in 9 chance, but it's showing almost reliably 9 output here. So I'm curious if that's just like the odds are being averaged out. I'm getting that statistical most likely result, or it... like, whether it's forcing this to be the statistical outline, or if it's actually just the case that it calculates how much product you're getting at the start of the recipe running. Which kind of makes sense in my mind. So the question is, will this ever not be a 9? It's an 8 right there. Okay, that's interesting. That means that it's either spoofing the statistics by simply having it be 9 or like 8 and 1/9, rounding it up until it can't round it again, or it calculates the product of the recipe at the moment it starts, not at the moment it ends. But the fact that I can look at this and see what it's processing in terms of its output means I already know the roll of the dice, as it were, about 20 seconds ahead of time. And there we get 10. Okay, the fact that it went to 10 means it's not spoofing the statistics. It is really just consuming it all, calculating the results in those statistical odds as is, and then just waiting 20 seconds to give it to me. That makes sense. That was the last, is the last run of it. Another 8er. Bonk. Okay. It works. We can now convert. We can now clean. Oh, I know. Let's put some netherrack in there. Wait, that's the output. Let's put some netherrack in here that I didn't clean. Just to see it do something a little more complicated. Yeah, 4 netherrack dust, 1 sulfur dust. Cool. So this is now going to be a fundamental and critical part of our ore processing chain. We don't have a full chain of all the full cool stuff, but we have the super macerator to just do it fast. Theoretically, we could make like a big steam forge hammer equivalent. I believe there is one in the big quest pile. Yes, this one. The steam presser. Which could be a way to get some extra results out of the crushed ore to dust pipeline, but I don't see any problem just using the regular forge hammer for that minutia at this point. But then we go here to turn the impure into regular and get bonus product as a result. Also, wow, this one took a while. An entire minute? Interesting. Well, there we have it. The dust and a free sulfur. I'm glad that has been resolved. Okay, this isn't really supposed to be a separate stream. It will be categorized as such. This is technically going to be episode 8 or 9. I forget exactly which one it are. This will be a full episode, this like 21-minute just detour. But that's fine. That's fine because I did it, and it may as well have happened already. Ay, 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 ay. The things I put myself up to. The things I put myself through. Things I gotta do. Things I do for the love of the game. Wild times. Anyway, that's it for me. Sorry for spontaneously streaming for only like 20 minutes. But I had to make sure I finished this unfinished business. We have a centrifuge now, and it's really big and really good, and it's nice and cool and stuff, and I like it. I'm Exception. This is In TV. Have a good day, and good night.